Hey Dad, hey Greg, hey y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Well, standing underneath the car today because I've got some other stuff that I've got planned. Got the car up and out of the way, and it's going to be easier to access for me to build a body part. Got some casters here. I'll show you the beams here in a second, but I've got a couple of leftover beams from a project that I was on. They're good and sturdy. They'll be a good base for this thing to keep it from moving around, keep it from bending or twisting. So whenever I start cutting and welding on this thing, I'll have these beams under there to keep it good and supported so it doesn't go anywhere. Got another surprise for you. I ordered some parts last week and they came in, so I'll give you a look at those and do a little bit of clarification on some stuff that I even made the effort to do a chat with the company that I got them from, which I have to admit that the company I got them from, they were the cheapest, and the parts that I did get in are good. They're, it's just that when I made the chat or went through the chat, I asked them if a specific thing came with a specific part already on it, and they said no. So I ordered the extra specific part, and what I got was, it came on the whole assembly that I had ordered. So I'll get with them on Monday and try and get those returned. So I'll go ahead and get this thing going, get it all put together. Having this thing up and out of the way will help so I can take measurements and be able to get rid of the rear end, get rid of the front subframe, and drop this thing down onto the body cart that I'm building and be able to start cutting spot welds. So I hope you follow along, and I appreciate you coming back. So here's the full rocker for the convertible Camaros. Now, this was the part that I specifically chatted with someone about, and I asked them if the rocker skin came on the full assembly. They told me no. So I went and got these. Well, when I mic these out, these are thinner. These are repair panels. And on the tag, it said slip-on. So I don't know if these are just like a beauty one that you put over a rusted out one. See there, it says slip-on. So that wasn't what I wanted, because these are half as thick as what the original one is. And these say that they're convertible or coupe. So I guess when they say they're slip-on, that you just put these over a rusted out rocker panel, which I am not going to do. So, but the rocker, the outer rocker does come on this full assembly, and their pictures were really not good on their website, was why I went ahead and chatted with them. But I am glad that it did come on it, because that is a lot of spot welds and stuff that I didn't want to have to deal with. I'm wanting to do it right, but I also want to do it as fast as I can. So with that, I'm going to send those skins, those slip-on skins, back. So I got the seat bracket, and This one is the left one, which would be the driver's side. I got that one. And I got the passenger side. And these are the rollers for the detent on the doors. So I can go ahead and drill those old ones out and thread these in, because these are threaded. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, you can just barely see the threads there. The new ones have threads on them. So I'll have to tap those. And these are the braces, the ones for the drivers and the passenger side that are rusted out, or pitted. So figured I might as well just go ahead and replace those. And this is the floorboard, or the toe board for the floorboard. So get that replaced. I think I'm gonna patch the driver's side because it's not in terrible shape. And this is the other, this is what the inside of the rocker panel looks like, or the inner rocker where it attaches to the floor pan. So I showed you the outer skin on the other one. Now, this one came in pretty good shape, despite the box looking like it went through Beirut. But the other one came in and the box looked good, but as you can see, there are some creases in it. It was bent straight up. It took a pretty bad hit, but it didn't do any damage to anything else except for this area right in here. You can see that crease, and then this crease right here. That's not just terrible damage, not worth sending it back. I think I can hammer and dolly on that and make it right, because all this welds, and this is all hidden in the front of the car anyway. I'll show you that right here. That is this piece right here. So I think I can make all that work, make it work well. So not too worried about that, but I do want to send back those thin little outer rocker skins, because they just aren't what I need. So, okay, let's get started working on this body cart. All right, guys, so I've got a bit of a problem, quandary, whatever you want to call it. This brace, I showed you the one I ordered, which is right here. I was checking it, and I measured the existing one, or the original one, and it is almost twice as thick as the replacement. This one is somewhere around an 18 gauge, where this one seems to be a 14, maybe even thicker. It may be 11, I don't know. I know it's thicker. It's almost twice as thick. I think the way they give the measurements on another website is that this one is, I believe it was 1.2 millimeters thick, where this one is 2.2 millimeters thick as it sits with all the pits and everything else. So I'm not sure if I should just take this one out, clean it up, POR 15 it, and put some weld through primer around the edges and make it presentable. It's not that anybody will ever see it, but I don't want it to continue doing what it's doing. But the way I see it, more metal is more metal. I don't think that today's steel is thicker than steel used to be back in 66 and 67. So I'm just not sure what to do. Leave your suggestions and comments down below, and I am definitely going to speak to the people that I bought this from about this problem and see what they say, because I'm definitely going to send those rocker panels back, the skins, but I may include these back in there and just see if they'll take them back, because they are not as good as the factory ones that I have, which are rusted. So, or I don't feel like they are. So, all right, guys, thanks. Well, I decided to do a little exploring on the other side just to see what it looked like. And can you believe that? This one looks so much better than that one over there. I'm amazed that this one is not rusted out and pitted like the other one is. It's just dirty. That's unreal. With the shape that the floor pan was in over here, I mean, I bet that it was gonna be worse than the other side, but it's definitely not. I bet $40 something on it because I bought this panel, but this one is also as thick as the other side, and I don't know. I don't think that putting a thinner piece of metal in for this brace is a good idea. So those are my thoughts. Thanks, guys. Well, here's what I came up with on the body cart. I got the casters underneath there on all four corners. And for right now, I just welded on the front and the back cross members. I measured from the front body mount to the rear shackle mount for the spring, and that was right around 10 feet. So that's what I made from that cross member up to that cross member. And then I tack welded, or welded them. I more than tacked them. Put some pretty good weld on them, both sides. So I don't think that these will be going anywhere. Some of them aren't the best of most pretty welds. I haven't used my welder too much, and I went with panel reading just to see, and determined that it was a little too cold, so I had to turn up the heat a little bit. But I think they're penetrated long, or big enough, or penetrated well enough to hold everything together. I don't think it's going anywhere on its own. But these are some heavy duty casters, and I think it'll hold the body just fine. So there you have it. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Got a really good start on the body cart. I'm excited about that. I'll determine where I want those last two supports, get those welded in. Then I can start getting the rear end out from under it, get the subframe out from under it in the next video, and then start lowering this thing down, and then get it to where I can start putting the supports up to the body from this cart. I determined, where I wanted everything, and I'm pretty happy with it. I know I'll have to be moving some stuff around whenever I start doing different parts of it. Frame rails, I did order those. They did not come in with the rest of it. They're on back order. So I know that whenever I go to put those in, I'll end up having to move some of the braces around, which that's not a big deal. I'll be able to do that. But I definitely want to make sure that these two center braces are in there so that I can support the center of this body whenever I'm starting to remove those rockers. I want to try and get up close. A lot of times I'll leave the camera back, but I'm going to try and figure out how to get it to where, as I'm going along, get right up in there as close as I can for everybody to see how I'm doing this. Some people may want to do this, and they may want to do it different than I did, but that way they can watch it and see and determine how they want to do it. But I'm definitely gonna get the subframe and the rear end out from under it, and get the body on this body cart. I know I still have to put the braces in the door openings, and I'm hoping that should be enough to keep everything straight. I may try and put some X braces in from those braces just to further, brace everything whenever I'm doing it. So, but a lot of work wrestling these beams around 14 feet, and they're pretty hefty, but I think they'll hold it really well. So I'm happy with this. But if you're enjoying the videos, hit that like, hit that subscribe down below, share the videos, leave comments. I try and read them all. So I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, have a good week.